It's time for a new challenge, and this time it's juggling. My challenge is to try to juggle not 1 ball, not 2 balls, not 3 balls, not 4 balls, but 5 balls. It's a lot of balls. So I can juggle 3. I learned this when I was a kid. I thought I could go 4. 4 is a little bit weird because it's kind of 2 balls in 2 hands. So it's like that in one hand, that in another hand. So you're just kind of doing that at the same time, which is pretty tricky. But 5 seems like a really big jump up in terms of skill level and difficulty. So how many times do I need to juggle for that to be considered juggling with 5? To qualify in juggling means that you've actually juggled that many balls, and you need to kind of catch every ball twice. Here's a video of a guy qualifying 11 balls, which is 22 catches, which is pretty crazy. So my goal is going to be to try to qualify 5 balls, which means at least 10 catches sometime this month. I think that that's going to be an ambitious challenge. It's day 1. Let's do this. I'm going to start just by going for 5 straight away and just seeing how it goes. It's so hard. So on this day, I thought it would be a good idea to start trying to juggle with 5, but I realized it was just way out of my skill level. So I wanted to start with a drill that was a little easier. So I was starting by trying to juggle with 4 and just trying to throw up each ball once and then trying to catch every ball. The other drill that I thought would be a good idea was just to have 3 balls, but to throw them at a 5-ball height and to try to catch them once. I found this day pretty frustrating because I just really didn't seem to be going anywhere. So this is Byron, and he's my juggling teacher for the month. And this was him a few minutes after he entered my house. It was pretty crazy. And this is him when I asked him to do some cool stuff for camera. He was heavily recommended. And so he gave me my first juggling lesson.
So let's start with your 3-ball pattern.
Yep. So my lesson was really valuable, and I learned some really great takeaways, like how you should have very consistent elbow height at 90 degrees, how you should have very minimal body movement, how your throws really need to be very consistent, and some techniques that you can use to practice that, like throwing all the balls up and letting them hit the floor, to hear the pattern of how they hit the floor, to learn about your rhythm and height of your throws. I also learned a lot of really interesting drills that would help my technique for when I finally moved to juggling with 5. So I am on my way to buy some juggling balls. So as my coach kind of said, I need to buy some awesome juggling balls that are all the same weight, that are all the same size. I'm better off having good equipment, so I'm trying to buy good juggling balls. So I'm going to a place called Juggle Art, which is a juggling specialty store, and I will buy some good juggling balls, and hopefully that helps. After a little getaway, I was back juggling with my new juggling balls, and I was making better progress than ever. I started nailing some of my new patterns, and then I started going for what's called a 5-ball flash. We throw up every ball once and try to catch it once. And on my 13th day, finally, this happened. Yeah! What was really interesting is, after only landing my first 5-ball flash only a few days ago, I had this paradigm shift where I could now almost just do them relatively consistently. From not being able to do them at all, I could do them maybe every 1 out of 2 tries. So next it was on to trying to go for 7 catches, which felt like a really big jump up and didn't go that well that day. I started a new training regime where every time I walked past my juggling balls, I had to try to land a 5-ball flash. About to go to a wedding? 5-ball flash. On my first attempt, starting now. Oh baby! He can do it! And then on day 19, after a lot of practice, I finally caught my first ever 7 catches. It's safe to say I was very excited. Yes! And then a few minutes later, I did it again. I had another paradigm shift. Oh my goodness. So before I get back into it, here's some of the tricks I learned this month. I learned how to spin around while juggling, do the through the leg, and catch all 3 balls and then throw them around the back and keep juggling, and then also the classic around the back. So back to the juggling challenge. So I had another lesson with my teacher nearing the end of the month, and right at the end of the session, I finally landed my first ever qualify, 10 catches with 5 balls.
There it is!
What the hell was that? Yeah. I think that was on camera. I just caught my first 5-ball qualifier. I'm super happy that I got the qualifier and excited that I've now officially juggled 5 balls. So after getting my first ever qualifier or 10 catches, I still wanted to get a really clean one on camera. So here are a couple more attempts over the next few days. There was an 8 catch, another 8 catch, and here I land my very first very clean 10 catches. And then finally, I get my personal best for the month. I get 12 catches. So my month ended a little short because I spent my last 4 days at a music festival called Falls Festival. But in the midst of all the craziness and partiness, there was this one crazy guy still juggling right to the end of the month.